I made a promise, and I'm going to keep it. I figured that would help. Here's Jason, and I promised I'd give him a twib kind of feel to his opening. How do you feel, buddy?
I'm all right. I'm just a little mobile here today out in Volusia County. Yo!
What the heck are you doing way out there?
Just some errands. Like I told you, once a month I got to go out there and pay the old automobile.
Right.
Right. This is where my stomping grounds are. So to get out here is like a 45-minute drive from Oviedo going back.
Gotcha.
So,
well, I warned everybody at the top of the season that counted the Astros out after a bad start. Here they are, 2 games above 500, and Seattle better look in their rearview mirror.
Yeah, that's for sure. I mean, we just helped Houston get a nice little cushion going on there. They took the last 2 games from us, but hey, we still had a good 3-2 on the homestand. Mm-hmm. Sweeping the Yankees really helped us and showed that we are contenders. And the Yankees were all freaking out. All the Yankees fans were all freaking out. All the Yankee on WFAN, they were all like, "Oh my God, what are we gonna do now? We got swept by the lowly Mets." Hey, dude, you basically are still in second place. Baltimore has finally climbed on top of the division. So now the Yankees are just like, dude, you've only lost, a total of 33 games overall? Mm-hmm. What the hell are you complaining about?
Well, they're Yankee fans.
I know. And I'm just like, dude, really?
You got to know, they're Yankee fans.
I know. That's why I'm not one of them.
they're absolute Yankee fans, and they think they own and know everything. Especially when Baltimore came from behind and kicked them in the ass, and now they're on top of the division.
That's right, and it's now very dead even. I think it's about a half a game over the Yankees. 0.5 to be exact, so it's still very close in that division. Boston can at least sneak up. Boston's making a run.
They are, and in the correction, it is technically tied between the Orioles and Yankees. Orioles just have... have about 2 less games played right now. So percentage
so 2 games in hand for
2 games in hand.
2 games in hand for the Baltimore Orioles. Man, okay, Ryan McCarthy says no, there are irrational Yankee fans, then there are the rest of us. Okay.
Yeah, well, you can be as irrational as you want to be. I mean, I'm just telling you what I watched all last week on the podcast from Mike Francesca and all of the guys who basically cover the Mets and the Yankees over the course of a regular season, including Wardy and all those guys. And they're, the Mets fans are happy, the Yankees fans are complaining, and it's just 2 games. It's just 2 games. Oh my God, you guys have to face each other in Yankee Stadium for another possible 2 games. You can even up the series and be all hung-door,
But again, these are irrational Yankee fans that complain about every loss, and they're so high after a Yankee win.
Yeah, you're 22 games over 500. What are you complaining about? 22 games over 500. I mean, come on. And by the way, that was a humdinger of a game last night, though, against the Nationals. We almost blew that game.
Yeah. Yeah. The Nationals seem to be, since 19, the Nationals seem to be the Mets' kryptonite. Why is that?
I think it has something to do with the rivalry going back when they first started. Yep. Mm-hmm. I even think that goes back when they were the Expos, too. Everybody wanted to beat up on them. So when they became the Nationals, then, yeah, for sure. Now we've got something to really, and what better way to celebrate 4th of July week? And I am wearing, even though I'm wearing a Nets shirt, but it's got red, white, and blue in it because I don't have any Mets stuff. So this is my show and tell for this week. This is an old school logo from New Jersey. I had a custom made via I think it was Vistaprint.
They need to bring back they need to go back to New Jersey.
That's very
true.
true.
Go back to New Jersey, and they need to rebuild the daylights out of Brendan Byrne Arena. Yeah, I said it. Brendan Byrne Arena.
In the Meadowlands.
In the
now
Meadowlands.
that's yeah.
In the Meadowlands.
Now it's a swamp. Well, remember, Brian, they wanted to call them the New Jersey Swamp Dragons at one time.
They did.
Which nobody, oh my God, I remember the hype story. New Jersey Swamp Dragons. No.
They wanted that. It was overwhelming. They wanted to call them the Swamp Dragons, but it was even more overwhelming. They're like, why?
Yeah. I mean, New Jersey Nets, New York Nets have kept them what they are for almost a quarter of a half a century. You know, in fact, I think, 2 more years and they'll be a half century team. 50 years.
The city of Brooklyn has nothing to do with the Nets.
No,
because the Nets, when they were in the ABA, played on Long Island. They played at Nassau.
Right, with the Islanders.
Yep, they shared Nassau Coliseum with the Islanders.
Right.
And now they had a chance they had a sweet deal for 2 years with the Devils and Prudential Arena, aka The Rock. They had a sweet deal. Right. And they turned it down because they blew the piss out of Meadowlands Arena. And Prudential Arena said, "Look, we'll bring you in. All you have to do is pay a fraction of what the Devils are playing, because Prudential Arena is primarily owned by the Devils. Yeah, primarily tenanted by the Devils. All the Nets had to do was pay a fraction of what the Devils were paying. The difference, why the fraction? Because the Nets were in crisis and the Devils could afford it. The Devils are the more popular team in New Jersey, especially now with the Nets gone.
And they always were the more popular team when they were sharing the Meadowlands when the Devils and the Nets were playing. There always was a crowd, more of a crowd for the Devils than the Nets. That's for sure, especially in the 90s. And when everything was kind of like getting hyped.
There were only 2 years that I remember that the Nets were more popular than the Devils. That was 2002 and 2003. And remember, 2003, the Nets and the Devils were playing in Meadowlands, playing at Meadowlands Arena, because the Nets were in the NBA Finals and the Devils were busy winning the Stanley Cup Final
in 7
games.
That's right. That was the third cup in 8 years, and that was one of the more interesting cups with the Anaheim Ducks. Oh man!
You want to talk about a series and a half? That was supposed to be a walkover series for the Devils, and the Ducks came in and said, "Not so fast," especially with the play of Jean Sebastian Giguère.
That's right. And all those wins were all home wins for each team.
Yeah.
And then rightfully, that's why we won the cup, because we had the home advantage. So Game 7 back at the Meadowlands, and there you go. Yep.
And I remember the court, the logo that you have there. I remember how they did the court. It was a parquet floor, and they had Meadowlands on one side and New Jersey Nets on the other side.
Right. And the big Nets in the logo in the center and 2 little ones on there.
And when the NCAA wanted to use that arena, they just covered up the word Nets. They used a big blue piece of tape and they covered up the word Nets. But they still called it the Meadowlands.
Right.
And
because that's where Seton Hall was playing. And also, I think that was also the first round of the NCAA tournament.
Yep. Seton Hall, the Devils, and the Nets at one time all shared Meadowlands Arena.
Yep.
All shared Meadowlands Arena. The only thing they had to change was the logo in the middle, because they switched the Nets logo for the Seton Hall Pirates.
Right.
They didn't change the Meadowlands on either side of the court, and they covered up the Nets word on the baseline.
Yep.
But how can you, if you're the Nets, I'd be begging to go back to New Jersey.
I would too.
Two reasons. One, the governor has changed.
Yeah.
And two, you can make a whole lot of money now in New Jersey than you could with Brooklyn because Brooklyn's not giving you anything.
No.
Hell, the primary owners stepped away.
It's a sad day for the Nets, as always. They just make they make so many bad moves, and now you give up Mikal Bridges, you give him to the Knicks, and now the Knicks are all complaining. Oh no, we got Mikal Bridges. I'm like, oh, so what? Oh, come on now, work with the guy.
Listen,
you know how many times I wanted Carmelo Anthony to come to the Nets? Son of a gun. Because he had a future, and he was always in the shadow of LeBron. Okay, but what did he do? He goes to New York and tries to be a hot shot. New York never welcomed Carmelo Anthony, never gave him what New Jersey could have gave him, or what Brooklyn would have given him.
Exactly.
If he would have just tried, we would have had a great star in him. What did we take? We took Kyrie Irving.
Speaking of the New York Knicks, Kristaps Porzingis was supposed to have a future in New York. He was supposed to be the reason the Knicks won their next championship.
Yeah.
And what did they do? Waste him to all hell.
And they beat him up.
And where did he go to win a championship?
Boston.
Yeah.
Boston, about a couple hours drives away.
Mm-hmm.
I have a couple more things I want to kind of touch base. First of all, happy birthday, America. Happy 4th of July to all of you, because I won't see you this week. Number two, back episodes of Front Stretch will be on Jay's All TV and Sports channel Tuesday nights at 8:30. I already uploaded the first one. It's there from May 28th. The only one we're missing is May 21st. Okay. That's the one we're missing. Cool. But all the other episodes will be re-uploaded to that channel. So come over to Jay's All TV and Sports channel. I'll send you the link, and you guys can come there and enjoy it, because we'll have lots of fun with some great stuff there. Okay. And then somebody was saying that Lindor should be traded. Now, who was it that first time that said Lindor should be sent?
It wasn't
Who
me.
was it? Was it you?
All right, give it to me. Give it to me.
Yeah, man. What's up? Now that we put Lindor on the leadoff spot, the guy's hitting fantastic. Maybe it was his time. There you go. The guy's going off leadoff double, leadoff single, triple, home run. I mean, he found his mark. That lineup they have right now is perfect. Do not change it. Do not change it.
I hate to throw a joke at Jason, but I'm going to.
You're going to.
I have to do it. They're trying to make, and if you want to think about this very carefully, and you're the Mets analyst on the crew, they're trying to make Francisco Lindor into Scott Podsednik.
Oh yeah.
They're trying to make Francisco Lindor into the 2005 version of Scott Podsednik.
Or the Lenny Dykstra version of 1986. But Lenny Dykstra is the leadoff man for the Mets. If there was ever a day in history, leadoff Lenny. That's who he's trying to copy. He's not going to have the numbers, because Lenny Dykstra has the numbers. And first of all, you're talking about a shortstop to a center fielder. So, I mean,
What do you call him? Nails? What they call him? What was his nickname? Nails? Lenny Dykstra?
Lenny Dykstra? We always just called him Lenny.
Yeah, I think his nickname was Nails. All right, we're up against a halftime break. But Jason DeCanio, as always, joining us every Tuesday to talk Mets baseball and other baseball around the league. And also, the show and tell closes every DeCanio segment. Jason, my brother, thank you very much. We appreciate you. Have a great 4th of July, and we'll see you next week.
Take care, guys. Be safe.
Take care.